HarperCollins presents Fallen Angel by Jenny O'Brien, read by Janine Cooper-Marshall. Prologue. She lies on her back, unsure of what the delay is. After all, she's not stupid. She's guessed what must be next. It's there in the gleam of his eye and the excited sheen on his forehead as he leans towards her, his hands rearranging the pale cotton around her body. She knows now that there's no hope. No knight to rescue the damsel in distress. No future in her golden prison of green. The light morning breeze and weak early sunshine do nothing to warm her skin or assuage her fears. If anything, her fears escalate as she wonders how much more of this glorious day she'll manage to see. The rock underneath her shoulders and bottom is cold and hard, the musty nightdress unable to protect her tender skin, or prevent the panic bubbling up underneath her fragile, pale beauty. It's there to see in her wide-eyed stare, the black of her pupil etched against the pale grey of her iris, and the pulse in her throat dancing to its own frantic beat. With her arms and legs unbound, she knows she could run. There are lots of places to hide, and having visited the Great Orme regularly since childhood, she knows most of them. But it's not string or tape that bind her to what she suspects will be her final resting place. It's the words she can't forget in the dark thicket of her mind. Her throat constricts, her breath now a hollow rasp, as his fingers start their inevitable journey across her flesh. If she runs, someone else will die. Chapter 1. Gabby. Wednesday the 15th of July, 2:10 p.m, St Asaph Police Station. Acting DI Gabby Darren was going to suppress the yawn with the back of her hand, but decided not to bother. There was little point in hiding the truth. She was in one of the most exciting careers imaginable. Almost at the top of her game, if you like, with cases being flung at her from all corners as society dug deep and threw the worst kind of humanity in her direction. Yet here she was, doing a cop's version of twiddling her thumbs, flicking through the stack of cold cases they had lurking in the storage room in the bowels of the station. She hugged her new grey pinstriped jacket more firmly across her chest, bemoaning the fact that she hadn't had the foresight to wear one of her old suits. When the station had been remodelled, no expense had been spared on the glossy new reception and interview rooms. But the same couldn't be said for the, quite frankly, miserable storage facilities hidden from public view. Oh, there were computers, high-tech systems that could do everything from trapping a perp with only part of a number plate via the ANPR tracking system, to searching international databases using state-of-the-art face recognition software. But for that to happen, records had to be electronic, and the crime she was looking through had all happened well before a desktop meant anything other than a surface to work off. Pushing back from the table, she stood and stretched, her tight muscles rebelling against the last 2 hours of enforced inactivity, her eyes raking over the list of 3 murder victims' case numbers she'd scribbled down to examine in more detail. The problem was one of motivation. It was easy to be enthusiastic about a current case, a case where she'd built up a sense of rapport with the victim, or, in the case of a murder, their relatives. But these, while all of them were serious cases that deserved to be solved, it was likely that there'd be few people left who remembered what had happened, or even cared. She wanted something exciting, something to get her teeth into while she still had the free time to make a difference. With summer well and truly here, who knew what crimes would claim her attention? But while things were quiet, she was determined to make inroads on the ever-growing pile of unsolved cases.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?